Hello guys, AldoTheWarrior. We are back with Crash Bandicoot for the last series of 2020. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas yesterday. You know, as different as it may have been with everything going on. Crash Bandicoot 3, there you go, took the words right out of my mouth. So this is the biggest one that everybody remembers generally from the original trilogy of Crash Bandicoot games. This is the one where everybody says if you have to play any one of them, you got to play this one. And it leads directly off from Crash 2. Cortex has been defeated. The Cortex Vortex have been destroyed, as seen. And again, I'm just so amazed by the open cinematography.
Free at last.
UKA is free? No, it cannot be. Evil, great evil has come.
Sorry guys, had to. I like how they've made Crash look a bit dafter over the time.
Even once, but you, Cortex, you have failed me twice.
Great UKA! It was that infernal Bandicoot.
From deep inside my deadly prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience. There is now no other power source left on this planet.
I know we've had a few unfortunate setbacks.
And failed. But since your fumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time, the great UKA will make sure that you do it right.
After many eons, my evil twin brother, UKA, has been freed from his underground prison. Long ago, I locked him there to protect the world from his malice. Now, free once again, he must be stopped. Children, UKA and Cortex plan to use this time-twisting machine to gather crystals that lay scattered across time. I have brought you here to recover the crystals before they do. To open the time portal, simply stand on a button and then jump into the portal. Good luck.
That frog is just scared because he knows that he's going to get smushed. So, to the Time Twister. And you just gotta love some of the idiosyncrasies of some of these guys and how they've made Crash Bandicoot look like a lovable buffoon. Nope, don't need to do that. Right. Yes, you want that. And why is that unfortunate? Coco can join your journey straight away. So you could actually do these levels of Coco, and I believe there's actually you do get a trophy from playing a certain level as Coco.
Crash, crash, crash. Why must you always muck in my mud? Oh, look! I have a mask helping me, too. We will find out which one is more powerful soon enough.
I'm sorry, I think there's nobody better to voice Cortex than Clancy Brown. Tell me I'm wrong. Although that first scene there with Cortex and UKA, and you know, UKA giving Cortex a telling off for his failures, we've all had a boss like that. Oh, don't you just love the music in this thing? It's so grand. It's like a medieval town. and the first time they made these crates give out 2 Wumpas at the one time. Wasn't that long ago I did Crash 2, by the way, so if you haven't seen that, have a look. And also you got the spinny crates, or the changing crates, that were on a timer. Ooh, I should not have survived that, but I did. What happened to him there? I think for these kind of games from the 90s, this was kind of the creme de la creme. Don't get me wrong, there were lots of great games from the 90s, but this just tops the list. You know, this is top level material. And I love how 20 years later they've remained faithful to the originals. It's more like a remaster than a... I didn't get that lucky that time. I love how they've stayed faithful to the originals. It's more of a remaster than anything else. Because they haven't changed the story, they've just made it a lot more 21st century. Because I'll be honest, I didn't really think very much of the second generation Crash Bandicoot games on the PS2, with a couple of exceptions, and they would be Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, which for me was always like Crash Bandicoot 4. And I haven't played the new Crash Bandicoot 4 yet, but I will, and it will feature at some point next year, along with quite a lot of other games that I've already alluded to. But I just didn't like some of the games for the PS2, and in fact, in my opinion, some of the worst games were on the PS2. But Wrath of Cortex is probably the best one. Crash Nitro Kart was excellent, in my opinion. Now we've got an underwater level. But you know, for me, the worst game of the lot has got to be Crash of the Titans. I physically hated that game. I got so bored of it really quickly. And Uka Uka looked awful. Aku Aku looked awful in that game, it has to be said. Right. So we're now into Under Pressure. Dun 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 dun. And you can pretty much go anywhere in this level. You can't... There's no limitations really, because you're not fixed to a... You're not really restricted by movement or gravity, because all you need to do is swim to where you want to go. And this will be further explored in some of the older levels. Let's see how that goes later on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. So I'm guessing there's a lot of time twisty element to that game like there is to this game. But it's weird that it's taken them about nearly 20 years after this game was released back in 98 or 99, about that time, to actually release the official 4th game in the Crash Bandicoot canon. Even though it isn't the 4th game. I always love this little tornado shark, whatever you want to call it. This tornado boy piranha, and you can destroy all the crates and also the seaweed that covers that up. So you can. So again, it restricts the limitations on it, and you can destroy all the sea mines. You're basically got a sea tank, if you like. But you only get it for so long. It's a bit like the Polar from Crash Bandicoot 2. The little polar bear just running along. The only difference is that, you know, it's Polar can just run past things. He can't actually destroy anything, because the minute you hit an enemy with Polar, you die. So this is basically an extension of that. And it's kind of the same with the little dinosaur, the baby T-Rex that you see later on. And there's also Pura, the baby tiger, who we're going to see. I think we're seeing him in the next round. And next level, I think. Yes, it is. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Under Pressure complete. While I've been just whittering on. And of course, Crash just having his more primitive moment there. Right, Orient Express. This level is played with Coco, and you get to jump on the back of Pura, the baby tiger. Hold run for top speed. Control suffers though, so let's just take it easy. This is good for a relic run though, and we will do a relic run. I'll come back to this level and I'll do a relic run. But again, like Crash Bandicoot 2, the relic runs I'm not really going to do on screen. And a good tip to tell, if the underpass is empty, if you're looking for box completion, you'll generally find that the boxes are going to be on the top part of the arch. Nuts. Oh well, I've lost my Aku because I missed the box. This is probably the irritating part. It's not that it's hard, it's because it's not brilliant for control. There you go. I'm hit the, he's got little box wings. Oh, that's a nice little thing. Whereas last time in the original versions, I remember if Coco flew off the back of Pura, all that ever happened was she would see stars and then hit her head off the back, and Pura would just come up to her, and that would be it. It would be none of the licky on the base. Now that's empty, so that's telling me that the boxes are on the top. They don't play any nasty tricks like put boxes on both sides, because it kind of because that kind of defeats the purpose. We've got a Taoist monk or something like that. It is from China, so yep, the boxes were on the bottom, so that tells me everything's there. And we've got all the boxes, and we just got a little bit of a speed burst there. Baby Pura doesn't look so much like a tiny little tiger. He looks like an adolescent tiger there. Doesn't look like a baby tiger like he does in the original. So there's the Crash has been crossed out, so that means that you cannot play as Crash in that one. Oh, there's Coco Bandicoot's slightly more elegant dance than Crash. Now a little tip here is that if you look at the right hand side there, in fact I'll do it for the next level, which is Boneyard I think it's called. If you look to the left and there, you'll see where all the gems and the crystals and the relic is, and you'll see there's Tiny Tiger, who's like the he's like the guardian of this particular area, the boss of this area, and then below him you see Crash. But on this level, Orient Express, you see Coco instead of Crash, which tells you which character you have to play it. Now the beauty of this game is that if Crash is there, you can choose to play as Coco.
UKA and Cortex want tiny get crystals and bring them to Big Colosseum in Rome. Crash! Leave them for Tiny, or Crash get crushed!
See, Tiny doesn't look that menacing there. He looks quite cute actually. Is it just me or something else? I just like tigers. Tigers are cool. So I'm gonna do the relic run here. And the thing about the relic run, as you all know, the relic, you cannot lose lives in the relic run. Now I missed that. I missed it, which is why I've lost a life now. 16 lives, well, 17. The great thing is that you can't die. Well, not really. You can't lose lives, but what does happen is that you get brought right back to the start of the level. And even though you don't lose a life, you are brought right back to the start of the level. Well, that was easy. 24.89. That's pretty good. That's a golden relic right there. So the more golden relics you can get, the better. Can't put Aldo in, so just put my actual initial in. She's a bit more elegant than her brother. And she does her little dance there. A bit more elegant than Crash. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to the Boneyard. Unlock a new gem path by earning the red gem elsewhere. Now, we're going. This is one that goes back the way, so that tells you what kind of level this is. But it's not a boulder that's going to be running after us. You can see what's in there. In its pen, if you like. It's a dinosaur. It's a Triceratops. And my partner's son is absolutely mad about dinosaurs. You know, he's only 5. But if I get that wrong, I know that he will be first to tell me that that's not a Triceratops. But I know it is, because there's 3 horns on a Triceratops. But he would be the first to tell me if I was wrong. He loves dinosaurs. Right, I keep forgetting sliding across the lava pits there is probably the best course of action to take. On to the next bit. He's not very pleased. Why doesn't he chase after me? Because he can't fit through the trees there. Hoorah! You gotta watch, because there's a scuba diving guy and you've got to kind of chase him up. Right, there's where you would jump on the red gem path, but we don't have the red gem yet, so we can't do that. So we will come back to this level later on. And that might have an impact on whether I can get the gem at this stage for box completion or not. Maybe. But we'll just have to wait and see. There's the bonus level. back. 2 more boxes. There we go. Don't you just love the details? How much nicer it looks. Now, don't get me wrong, it looked amazing on the original, but you know, it's rendered much better. The graphics are so good. Oh, somebody tries to do butterfly stroke and tries to kill me, and fails marvelously. Now press and hold the X button when you're doing this bit, and it actually gives you a higher bounce. So if you're finding you're not reaching them, try holding the X button down while you jump on, while you're bouncing from one to the other, and you'll find that your bouncing is much higher than without it. Now one more round with the Triceratops here. I wonder if I'm going to have a name for the Triceratops. Terry. We'll go with Terry. Although, Tracy if it's a girl, Terry if it's a boy. I don't know if it's boy or girl, but if it's boy, it's Terry. If it's Tracy if it's a girl. I think Terry here is destroying the boxes for me. Yes, he is. Excellent. Oh no. Terry got me. So I'm just going to name a lot of these particularly bad characters that are out to get you. Like I named Mr. X in Resident Evil 2. I call him Stampy. Because that's all he does around the police station, is just stomps around. Yeah, he got me again. He just stamps around. He's like, I'm a super zombie, I'm coming to get you. Terry is having a great time here. He's like, yeah, you cooked my dinner for me. That's why he likes lava pits. He's like, my dinner's getting away. Quick, after it. My dinner's not supposed to make silly mistakes like that. Alright, let's keep trying. We're at the last level. Last part of the level. Thank goodness there's no death routes here. Just run right past them because he's going to smash that box for me anyway. Oh! I'm not doing very well, am I? I'm running into places I shouldn't be running into. I'm not very bright. Oh, he just got me at the end. Oh, that sucks. Now, I'm not going to go mental with the jumping, the slidey jumpy thing, because if I do, I could end up getting, you know, landing in a lava pit, which wouldn't be very good for my health. Right. Terry's not happy because his dinner got away at last. It only took him, don't know how many attempts there. So yeah, Boneyard is probably the harder of the levels in the first warp room of the Time Twister. And we did get the gem. Not what I thought. So, moving on, we don't need to see his little dance. Let's go to warp room number 5. Making waves with Coco. And I love this level because you're in a little boat. And that's what one of the best things about Crash 3 is, because you can get... Again, there's no limitations on where you can go. You can go all the way back to the start if you want. And you're not really limited by anything. You just got to have the key to these levels with the boat is you've just got to have excellent control over the boat, because if you don't have great control, then you're gonna end up getting yourself blown up by a bomb or a boat or something else that's just gonna knock you off of yourself. So that guy with the boat, you basically crash him, but out of anger for destroying his boat, he just bops you over the head with his oar. The boat dies, but the ore survives. And you got to watch out for those seagulls as well, because they can carry you away to their nest or something. Got the power crystal. Ooh, see what I mean? You got to have excellent control. And I don't want to jinx it just yet, because if I do, I'm going to end up making a fool of myself. Yeah, I've got excellent control. Never mind. Was it just me, or is the game slowing down there a little bit? Just struggling to catch up on everything. Now, control, control, control. See? Control. And again, just right in the middle. Boom. Oh, missed one there. And the great thing is you can go back. Funnily enough, you can do that in any level, but again, some levels might actually put a limit on you going back to the start. And you can try again. Control, control. Going through these bombs is a nightmare. Oh, there's a hidden bomb there. Boom, boom. Right into the middle of the skull rock, or whatever you want to call it. The rock that looks like Cortex's skull. Is that what Cortex's skull actually looks like? Oh. Right, anyway. Moving on. The crystal and the gem. And you can also do a relic run through that, because you're in a boat. Oh, I'm not going to do that on this video, we'll come back. But we've got to go and face the custodian, or this guy.
Coco stole the pretty crystals. Tiny, take them back in Gladiator Arena.
Right, let's go and fight this oversized pussycat. Cortex. Doing his best Caesar impression. To all his underlings and minions, he is basically Caesar. And here he is, his prized gladiator, the oversized kitty. Kind of doing the exact same thing he did in the second game, just jumping about, only this time he has a trident. Now here's the tricky part, getting past all the lions. Because lions like to eat bandicoots, and you just got to be able to avoid them. Here they come again. Oh, see? This is what happens. Oh, that lion's happy. I've got to start that again. Here come the lions. What? And they're looking on kind of jealously at that lion that got to eat me. I didn't think that lion was close enough, but evidently he was. That's the hardest thing about this boss. Yeah, you can spin the lines, but I wouldn't really recommend that. That was a close call. Cortex Maximus or whatever. Cortex Maximus. I think that's what that thing is trying to say. Oh, you can actually spin. Maybe you can. Right, I reckon this is an end to Tinius Minimus. That's him done. Oh, Cortex, look at the back there. And the crowd there are not happy. Oh, they're pelting him with tomatoes. And I love this because this is the game that introduced the power-ups. And you see, it's a better body slam. So there's your power up. And one of the great things is that it can actually break boxes around you.
Well done, children. By defeating Tiny, you have unlocked the gate to the next time travel area. Go back to the center of this time twister and save your progress if you wish. From there, you will see that the gate to the second time travel area is now open.
Brilliant. So, there you go. There's your super power box up, power up, and you can save. But if you've got autosave enabled there, you don't need to worry about that. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me on this on the start of this new series and new video. If you liked it, be sure to give the like button a smack. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, guys.